Hi, it's Michelle Einstein, Songbird Song to Michelle Birdsong. This is part 2. Sinatra was Jesus is now Josh Groban, Art Linkletter. Eve, present, art, 2. See? That's Lincoln letters. That's what I do. Okay, this is from the last video I did, part 1. The word Oklahoma appeared because we did a song, Oh What a Beautiful Morning, from the musical Oklahoma, written by Oscar Hammerstein and Richard Rodgers. That's me and my son sing birdsong. So let's see what message we have in the word Oklahoma. Okay, love, first, heaven, ordered, Ma. Sing calls his mother, St. Mary Magdalene, Eve, Ma. Okay, so she's the first heaven. Heaven is your mother. Okay, guardian angel. Also, I talked about, what have you done for me lately? You were the First Lady of the United States 9 times, but what have you done for me lately? So I said, I wrote a children's moral tale with my daughter, Robin Birdsong, and it's called Sneezy the Greasy Babysits Abigail. This is Sneezy the Greasy. Isn't this amazing illustrations? And this is Abigail. Jandara Ransinger, my mother. Miss Robb. Korean Beatrice Crowder. Illustrations by T.J. Robshaws. I have to tell you, I have never seen illustrations as good and as intricate as T.J. did on this book. And Robin, her rhymes are seamless. It's just an excellent book. We took it to a school of young kids, first graders, and we were reading them the story. And the little boys just, no, Sneezy, don't do that. Oh, Sneezy. And I said, oh my God, we're awakening their consciences. This is wonderful. I didn't know that it would do this. So there. And then, what have you done for me lately? I wrote the lyrics, the poetry on Edwin Birdsong What It Is album. And I did his hair, and a lot of black people started plaiting their hair, putting extensions in them like Stevie Wonder and Nina Simone, and regular folks did that. He's not hugging himself like he looked. He said it was cold in that photography studio. That's why he's doing it. He's cold. So there you see, it took me 7 hours to braid up his afro. He wanted a new image. That's why we did this, and it really worked. Some of the songs the Uncle Tom gang. The Spirit of Dew. Dew. Michelle Birdsong. You see my name? My father preaches that God is a father. Michelle Birdsong wrote those words. It ain't no fun being a welfare recipient. Michelle Birdsong wrote those words. When a newborn baby is born, the world gets one more chance. Michelle Birdsong, Doug McClellan, Edwin Birdsong, that newborn baby, sing Birdsong. He is, as I said on part 1, the first black. Oh no, it's not here. I didn't get to it yet. It's coming up. First black biracial minority, Jesus Christ, to sing Birdsong. Edwin Birdsong's album, Supernatural. I call it that because it's very natural. We do very, see, I embroidered his clothes to make him have costumes. He took my mother's bracelet, added some beads to it to make it, decoration. He put some feathers in his hair. I braided his hair. Okay, so and his friend Jimmy Aiken drew this from, did he draw it from here? I think he did, yeah. Oh yeah, that's this. Really good, isn't it? Yeah. And this is Bertrand's friend, Roy Ayers. He used to be the sideman for Herbie Mann, but Bertrand talked him into going out on his own. This was his girlfriend, Cindy. Her father was wealthy. This is me, and this is Edwin, before I braided his hair. I was still an airline stewardess here. Artist Mac and Eleanor Mac, his girlfriend. Bertrand was walking down the street. He saw her and brought her and gave her to him, and they fell in love and got married. This is my niece, Benita Michelle Long Holmes, who was Solomon, the smart king, and she was the daughter of David Garrett and King David and Bathsheba. Michelle Bertrand is Bathsheba, and David Garrett is King David. So we're her parents. This life, her mother was Helen Long. So the name of this album is Roy Ayers Stone Soul Picnic. I think he got that from Jefferson Airplane. Okay, so let's get to part 2. Will Smith, Ram Dass, the fourth Sikh guru. Here he is on Jimmy Fallon. I wanted you to see this. I've watched it so many times because Will Smith is such a natural. He's himself. He don't have a phony bone in his body. And I just love watching this, and I thought you might enjoy it as well. Let's see if I can get it to come up. I'm going to say, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And I'm going to have faith that I can. What is it doing? It's buffering, that's what it's doing. Okay, usually, well, you can look at Will Smith's picture, just Ram Dass, when it was Ram Dass. No, that's when he was the prophet Elijah, sorry. The holy prophet Elijah. I've been working without a break for so long, I'm making mistakes now. This is a...
I follow you also. I follow you on Instagram as well, and you posted this was very sweet. Yes,
Oh,
and
man, yeah.
I know genies don't have feet, but you left some big shoes to fill. Rest in peace, Robin. That must have been.
Yeah, it's a fan art. A fan made that, man.
Really? It's beautiful.
Yeah. But you know, it was just.
I don't know why it's
I got
buffering
presented
so
the
much.
idea to play the genie in Aladdin, you know, and the first thing is, hell no. You know, it's like, you know, when Robin Williams smashed that role, you know, and it's like when you look at things like that, you always try to find, like, what would you do differently? What would you add to that? So I looked at it, and the first thing was I didn't feel like I wanted to touch it. But then I spent some time with it, and, you know, I met with the directors and talked about it. Yeah, oh, thank you, man.
You're perfect for the role. They made it great.
Yeah.
He said you were
Absolutely
perfect
great.
at it.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, man.
Thank you. You know, Questle, know this. What did it for me when I was messing with the music, I had them grab, there's a song, The Friend Like Me, You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me.
Absolutely.
So when we went in, I had them grab the Impeach the President by the Honey Drippers, and he used the drums off of the Impeach the... Right,
He's
yeah,
got
started
afro.
old school. Well, Alibaba, he had them 40 thieves. Shahrazad, he had thousands tails. But master, you're in luck, because up your sleeve, you got a brand of magic never fails. You got some power in your corner now. Heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch, pizzazz, yahoo, and oh, all you gotta do is rub that lamp.
Isn't he great? Look at Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's a musician too.
When you see this movie, it is a big, big movie.
Yeah, it is fantastic, man.
I mean, dude, the dancing. I mean, I don't know spoilers, but
yeah, no, it's everything. It's singing, dancing, rapping, acting.
There's
it's
elephants.
Special effects. There's elephants.
There's monkeys.
Yeah,
It is.
See, monkey, see how he nodded his head? Because he got part monkey in him. That's why he's so amusing.
There's 1,000 extras.
He gets that for him having a little monkey in him. I told him about it.
It is some of the biggest dance.
It's funny.
It's funny, yeah.
Like my son said, I'm fierce. That's because I have saber-tooth tiger in me.
No spoilers.
Exactly. People do not like spoilers. Yeah, we get it. I want to show a clip from Aladdin. Let's take a look. Will Smith.
Hey, can you make me a prince?
There is a lot of gray area in make me a prince. I could just make you a prince.
Oh, no.
Right, you'd be snuggled up with that dude for the rest of your life. Y'all see my powers? Be specific with your words. The deal is in the detail.
Got it.
Which I don't really understand because if she already likes you, why change?
I told you she has to marry a prince.
I just want to go home, man. Okay, I can do that.
Will Smith, Aladdin.
Okay. Alright, let's go on with this. Okay, so Ram Dass, icon, Will Smith, he's a Libra. Willard Carroll Smith II, also known by his stage name The Fresh Prince. He recently won the Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, the role of King Richard. Serena and Venus' father, the tennis player. Will Smith is a four-seat guru. Ram Dass was Guru Arjan's father. In other words, Will Smith was once Singh Birdsong's father, because Singh Birdsong was Guru Arjan. And Will Smith was Jesus Christ and St. Mary Magdalene, Eve's third and perfect son in the Garden of Eden. G for goddess, first letter of the alphabet, first. Mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, den. Goddess, first mother's den of Eve's den. The womb is like a small room in a house. The body being the house. You see? You may have to listen to these videos more than once because they're very dense. They're very rich. One of my favorite Will Smith performances, Hancock here. He's a superhero from the ghetto and turns into a gentleman. So one of my favorite Will Smith performances after The Pursuit of Happiness and The Genie in Aladdin. Okay, now here's Sing you've been hearing so much about. Sing Birdsong. Brother Wright, Sir Paul McCartney's son, Edwin Birdsong's legal son. This is Guru Nanak, his mother. Guru Arjan Sardar Bahadur Jagat Singh. Arjan was the first Sikh martyr. He was killed by the Muslims because he refused to abandon his Sikh religion and convert to Islam. He compiled the first Sikh scriptures. He was the warrior King Charlemagne. It was King Saul. He lost 3 sons in the same battle on the same day. He reacted by falling on his sword. He was King Arthur. He was betrayed by his best knight, Lancelot, and his wife, Genevieve. She had an affair with him. Okay, where else are we? He was King Menelaus, the husband of Helen of Troy, who became Helen Anderson Long of Clarksville, Tennessee. She was called the Whore. She was very beautiful. But it was all she wasn't beautiful inside. Sing bird song. He is the first. Look at that, the first. He's the first. Black. The first. Biracial. The first. Minority. Jesus Christ. And the fifth Sikh guru. And he's a Libra Scorpio with a Scorpio rising. Sing Songbird Song McCartney was Mozart and the French composer Debussy. George Gershwin, Jimi Hendrix, who was a paratrooper. He was Sly and the Family Stone. Okay, so there you go. Aren't these people are giants, aren't they? Now the sixth Sikh guru is his father, Sir James Paul McCartney. CHMBE is an English singer, songwriter, and musician who gained worldwide fame with the Beatles, for whom he played bass guitar. Is the best in rock and pop music. He shared primary songwriting and lead vocal duties with John Lennon. Paul wrote most of the English-French classic Michelle, I Love You, I Need You, and then he sang it in French. His genius once again showed through on his #1 in the UK and US hit Ebony and Ivory, akinning the piano keyboard with the black-white, pink-brown, my words, race problem in the United States. Paul is the sixth Sikh guru, and he is a Gemini. Okay, this is the Beatles t-shirt. I'll wear this around here sometime. Seventh Sikh guru, John Lennon, a Libra. To be reborn to Sir Paul McCartney and St. Mary Magdalene to Michelle Birdsong as their son. Lennon, legend. A martyr, shot because he said he was more popular than Jesus Christ, which Jesus admits to being true. John hoped Mary Magdalene would marry him as he married her on first sight in front of Polydor Records building in Manhattan, New York City. David Garrett, Virgo. David Garrett, 8th Sikh guru, Virgo. David Christian Bongarts. Look at that art. King David, Bathsheba's husband. Bathsheba is Michelle Birdsong. Rick's character in Casablanca. A musician whose reputation precedes him. He's brilliant, fearless, genre-defying, with a track record of multi-platinum and gold albums. Received a blistering education that featured mentoring from the legendary Ida Handel. David blends classical music with rock and roll. He says, find something you love to do and work hard for it. I'm convinced that's how you succeed in life. David enchants young and old with his violin because with his cross style he manages to bring classical music closer to the modern world. Okay? There's a video called Dangerous on the Michelle Birdsong, or is it Mile Red Birdsong YouTube channel. Naisi Guru, martyr, Tej Bahadur. He was beheaded because he would not abandon his religion, Sikhism, to convert to Islam. Former governor of Indiana, former vice president of the United States, Michael Pence. He is a Gemini. Donald John Trump, born June 14, 1946. Gemini is an American politician, media personality, and businessman who served as the 45th President of the United States. He became guru at age 9 after his father, Teague Bahadur, was murdered by Muslims. Florence Nightingale, Melania Trump, is a Slovene-American former model and businesswoman who served as First Lady of the United States as the wife of the 45th President Donald Trump. She is a Taurus. Queen Elizabeth, Taurus, to be born again to St. Mary Magdalene. And Sir Paul McCartney. Guru lost in Radhaswami history. St. Kabir's master, Queen Victoria. Robin Birdsong, Empress of India, Dr. Seuss, Voltaire, Kepler, the scientist, Galileo. She has a master's degree in psychology. She is a psychic astrologer. Born August 1st, a double Leo with a Taurus moon. Robin Birdsong was St. Francis of Assisi. She was Aunt Donnie. Sister Donnie Wright, a missionary, church missionary of God, Church of God on Poston Street in Clarksville, Tennessee. She was Stevie Wonder's daughter, Stokely Carmichael's daughter, Edwin Birdsong's legal daughter. She was Azura, Jesus Christ's daughter, Josh Groban, and Michelle Birdsong, Mary Magdalene. Genius navigator, brave explorer Christopher Columbus, now mother of 4 saints, a Gemini with an Aries moon, the Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, Queen of Fertility, Goddess Isis, psychic tarot card reader, fortune teller, St. Patrick, who became a slave at age 16, Vincent van Gogh, who committed suicide at age 32 due to extreme poverty, although he was a genius painter whose paintings now command $60 million. Awan, that was her name, Josh Groban, Jesus Christ's daughter, in the Garden of Eden, Eve's den, Mary Magdalene. Melanie Lynn Spear, King David Garrett's daughter, King Solomon, Venita Michelle Long Holmes, David Garrett's daughter. Current Guru, Gurinder Singh Ji, Leo the Lion King, born August 1st, same day as Robin Birdsong. He was Luther Vandross. He's a Jesus Christ level consciousness of Charan Singh projection. Burrhus Frederick Skinner, B.F. Skinner, was an American psychologist, behaviorist, author, inventor, and social philosophy. He was a professor of psychology at Harvard University until his retirement. Okay, isn't he beautiful? Doesn't he look godly? Oh, that's it. Is that it? That's it. Oh, I made it. Okay. All right, so there you are. Now you know the 10 Sikh gurus. Sikhism is the religion of choice. Be the light. So long.